Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. Last time we started to make our way down the H line here, our final line in the Deep Sea Metro, and we're ready to go ahead and continue on with our next level here. Just ink it in the Shooter McStation. So here we have a choice of 3 different weapons, the Splat Charger, Rapid Blaster, and the Splatter Scope. Let's go ahead and begin this test with our recommended weapon, the Splat Charger. Please destroy all the target crates before time runs out. We'll get started once you've jumped in. Keep your wits about you and aim with care. Take care out there. Go ahead and begin the test. Keep your aim steady. That's the spirit. So we need to shoot all of these boxes here, but as we can see, they move back and forth here, and every time we destroy a wave of boxes, it becomes harder and harder as there's more walls being put into your way. So here, we need to be very, very careful with our shot and time it just right. So now we only have one box left. It's going to be the hardest out of all of them. But we just immediately snipe the box before it even has a chance to move. That's right. No scoped. I mean, I'm not even wrong. That did not have a scope, but one of the chargers do, and we'll be using that later. But that mission, more or less, is easy or difficult depending on the weapons you can imagine, and we'll be seeing that when we go back in to complete it with the other 2 weapon types. So back here in Shooter McStation, let's go ahead and knock it down a bit here with the difficulty and go right for the Rapid Blaster. So out of the 3, this is the easiest weapon by far to use, mainly because now we don't have to worry about the slower time it can take to shoot things here. And also we have a spread shot, so that helps out a lot. One thing I recommend doing here is shooting a little bit around the area you're standing so you can just go right into your Innnk to recharge at any time. So we now just want to wait for this thing to come close, use the blast radius, and be able to destroy this crate. But we gotta be really close to the edges we can see here, because this shot is barely able to reach. But there you go. Really easy to do this with a blaster. So now we're done with that weapon. Let's complete the station one more time with the Splatter Scope. So back in Shooter McStation, we got one more weapon to use here, the Splatter Scope. And this is our final time we'll be using multiple weapons in a test chamber. So this is our final time revisiting a chamber after we beat it. Let's go ahead and finish this with style. So with the Splatter Scope, we can see things easier, but unfortunately it also causes another problem where our field of view for this is a little more shrunken in. So while this might be easier on some fronts, it's harder on others. Hence why this is considered the hardest of the 3 weapons to use. It's gonna be really hard for us to time this box shot here if we can't see it, so I recommend just looking at it and following its said trail. That way you know when it's coming in. I'll go ahead and recharge on my Innnk a little bit. Luckily we have more than enough time here to kind of experiment a little bit. Wait for that to come over. Try again. Refill our Innnk, and as we can see here, this narrow vision with the Splatter Scope really does make this a lot worse, especially when in our final wave here we can barely see things. You kind of want to time out the movement of this box in your head here. That will make things a little bit easier for you to time. I'm gonna wait for this last one to come over, and that's GG's. Unfortunately with this, the Splatter Scope, it's mainly the field of view. It's easier to line your shot up with the box once you can see it, but actually being able to see the said box is kind of the problem when you can't see the glass around you unless you follow the said boxes. So yeah, I don't recommend doing this test with the scope unless you're really comfortable using a scoped weapon in general in Splatoon. That's the only time where this might be the easier charger to pick out of the 2. But if you're having a hard time here, just choose the Rapid Blaster, as that is the weapon to go with. Man, I feel when you struggle the first time here with the scope, and the second time you just easily knock out the mission. Man, that's a night and day difference, but we did it. We passed our test, and that is the final station. We'll be making our way through here in the Octo expansion that will use multiple weapons in a test chamber. So that is it. From this point forward, we're just going to be using 1 weapon per station. But before we go on to our next station, memcake time. It's the familiar graffiti. I've seen this, but I'm not aware. Just what the splat I'm looking at? Is it a frog or a brown bear? Why not both? Hey, some cartoons do it. Why not Splatoon, am I right? It is kind of hard to tell. It could be a frog, maybe a bear. I see a little more of a frog face in this, though, than a bear, personally. But that is my take on the memcake. Simple design, nice little face here, very happy-looking design. Very simplistic, too. But it does raise a question. Which animal is it? Because Splatoon has nothing to do with frogs. Mr. Grizz is a bear. Could probably just be a bear. I think it looks more like a frog. That's the question you must ask yourself. Let's go ahead and move on to our next test here in Ink It Real Good in the Ink It Station. So here we have only one weapon to use, the Hydra Splatling and Splat Bomb. So let's go ahead and select the Hydra Splatling. Spreaders endlessly coat surfaces with ink. Take care not to get caught by the spreaders as they move. Are spreaders friend or foe? We may never know for sure. Take care out there. Let's go ahead and begin the test. Immediately jumping in, I'm just going to go ahead and charge up this Hydra Splatling because it takes 10 years to charge. Make full use of Hydra Splatling's range, okay? Booyah, baby! That range is really the key here when you use a Hydra Splatling. This thing, man, it competes with chargers in terms of its max range. It's so good, but the downside is that long, and I mean long, charge up time. This weapon can take very, very precious amount of time just to charge up, which can put you in a problematic state here. It really just depends if you're out in the open or not. If you're playing as a Hydra Splatling, you want to go ahead and just kind of hang back in the map, not make yourself super vulnerable, mainly just because of this long charge time. You're going to be acting a lot like a charger in some ways because of this, but Hydra Splatlings are really powerful and are really good to use as another form of long-range combat. So this mission here will really demonstrate that. I'll go ahead and charge up our Hydra Splatling here to shoot this said target. And now we got a spreader coming our way. This spreader is really helpful for us because it paints things in our color. Blistering particles! That spreader is using the same ink as Agent 8, which is really helpful because now we can climb this wall, and it makes things way easier on us because I have no idea how we would shoot this whole side of the wall. It's kind of out of reach. Massive enemy spotted. I believe that's a big flutter. Lead the flutter with your ink. Shoot right in front of it if it can notice me. Notice me, flutter. Notice me. I swear, I have better luck getting these flutters to notice me if I throw a bomb in their vicinity than to actually shoot in front of them. It's just something about their vision is just, it's better with bombs. Yo, very nice. We did it. We passed the test. That is it for Ink It Station. At this point, we only have the one weapon to use for these tests. That makes things pretty quick and easy in my book. Hey, it looks like there's a new chat log entry, but I'm not sure who it's from. I'll make sure you can view it whenever you want, in case you're curious. And with that, we completed the H-line of memcakes, making a whole set. We have now found every single memcake in Octo expansion. Well now, a full, unbroken set of memcakes. You're living the dream. Suppose the flip side is, I won't see that much of you anymore. Shame that. Well, now we have a full set. We have one more reward to claim here from Iso Padre. Well, don't that beat all? No thanks seem enough for this, but thank you I must. How about a small token of my esteem? It might come in handy in the Promised Land. We got ourselves the Conductor Cap. We'll be able to wear this piece of gear once we make our way out of the Deep Sea Metro. Keep those dreams close, you hear? Never stray from them. They're your future. I'm proud of you, young squire. You hear that? Padre is proud of me. I did good. That's what I get for getting all the memcakes. Approval. That's better than the prizes he gives me. But we also have another thing over here from Sea Cucumber. Looks like he has a reward for us too. Number 10,008. I see that you finally passed all the tests. This is a momentous achievement. No other test subject has done this. I believe some manner of celebration is in order. Please hold on a moment. I'm afraid this is all I'm able to offer. Please accept these 30,000 CQ points. The most CQ points he has ever given us. This is a massive pay update. Our last paycheck was not even close to this, so I will definitely take the 30,000, but you kind of question why at this point, though, because I don't really need to go through any more tests, really, and I have more than enough CQ points to retry tests at any point, doubly so if I need to do it with more weapons. But I guess it's nice to have. More pay is always nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at that mem cake we got from our final set here. It's a Little Max. How I admire Little Max. The highest rank to be so swank that my rivals have heart attacks. It's a cute heart attack, though. I don't think I'd want a heart attack, but if I had to have one, this one looks cute. That sounds dark in so many ways. At least the mem cake is cute. Just the subtext is a little dark and depressing. Let's not think about that one. It almost kind of looks like gum, though, when you look at it at certain angles. It just kind of looks like a piece of chewing gum. Nice mem cake design. And that's our final one in the game. We have all 80 mem cakes. And we got all the rewards from Isopardry for that. So at this point, there's no more stories we'll be reading into from the mem cake side. But we do have one more story to look through here when it comes to the chat room. A bonus track. I'm still zonked from pulling an all-nighter from the Splatfest. Got a nap. Bye. And with that, Pearl leaves the chat room. Sorry, me too. As you wish. See ya. And now, Marina leaves. And Cuttlefish is just kind of, I don't know, he's idling in chat, looking to see if anyone else is here, which, no, he's the only one, until Agent 2 joins the chat room. Huh? Hello? Agent 2? Wait. Gramps? Cuttlefish is so surprised, he leaves the chat. And immediately comes right back, realizing, oh, wait a minute. This is real. Whoa, Gramps. Calm down. What's the deal with this chat room? Ew. This isn't like a dating site, is it? No, that would be... Ew. Where are you right now? Is Agent 3 with you? We're both fine, just protecting Egopolis. I'm so glad you're okay. I haven't heard from you in a while. Any ideas when you'll be home? Not sure. Should I put dinner together? Already ate. Come on. No, you didn't. Work's really busy right now, so if you don't come home soon... Seaweed stew. That sounds good. Seaweed stew it is. I'll have it ready for you, okay? Alright. I'll be at Cuttlefish Cabin whenever you decide to come back. Take care of yourself, Gramps. And stay fresh. And with that, Agent 2, also known as Marie, has left the chat room. When you play through the main single-player campaign here in Splatoon 2, making your way through Octo Canyon, Agent 2 here, also known as Marie, she does question where both Cuttlefish and Agent 3 have gone off to, because there's no signs of either one of them in the main single-player campaign. And the story reason is they're just off doing something. They're not exactly sure what's going on. Marie, though, does think that Cuttlefish and Ancient 3 are out on some kind of a mission to help protect Egopolis. So this is the first time that Marie was able to finally get a hold of her grandfather. But he doesn't have the heart to say he's kind of trapped in the middle of nowhere in a subway station. So he's kind of just saying, on a mission, Agent 3's fine, even though we have no idea where Agent 3 is. No one's responded to our missing agent poster just yet. Maybe someday. But with that, that's everything from the H-line except the last of the 4 things. And we'll be collecting that last thing in the next episode. Next time on Let's Play Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion, we'll grab our final thing and make our way out of the Deep Sea Metro. I'll see you guys next time.